Okay, so we're on. Welcome back, everybody, to our second hangout for the Coach Revival Group. This is Don Murphy speaking. So I know I haven't had a chance to meet a lot of you personally, but thank you for taking the time to be part of this training. And hopefully the information that you're acquiring is going to help you ignite your coach business, and that's what we all want to do. We look at some of the big coach leaders sometimes, and it's like, wow, how are they doing that? And the reality is it's not rocket science what they're doing. It's just a system, and they are following the system. And the biggest takeaway for how to really succeed in your business is following the system consistently day in and day out. So it's not something that, if you really want to build this business, it's not something that you do here and there. If you want to do it here and there, that's cool. You might get a few customers here and there, and you can earn yourself a few $100s a month in supplemental income. But I think a lot of the coaches, given everything that you've shared when it comes to your goals and what you're thinking about for the future, this business can be so enormous for you on so many different levels. Financially, it can take you to the achievement of your dreams. That's the reality of it. And recently there was an interview that happened with Tony Robbins, and he was interviewed by Eric Worre. And Eric Worre is the author of Go Pro, How to Become a Real Professional in Network Sales, Direct Sales, Network Marketing, whatever you want to call it, and how this day and age that we live in is probably the best time ever to be involved in the world of network marketing. And it's because of the ease in which we can engage so many people without having to get on the phone with them the way it was years ago and quickly build significant businesses. And he talks about the fact that it's really important that if you're going to make that decision to really go for it in the world of network marketing, make sure it's with the right company. And I believe wholeheartedly that this company, I can't think of another company out there that I would want to align myself with than Team Beachbody, because of what our products are bringing to the world and what they're doing for people on so many different levels. So what I wanted to do is start off tonight by just showing you a quick clip of this interview of Tony Robbins and what he has to say about the world of network marketing. And then from there, tonight doesn't have to be a real long meeting. I basically just wanted to get a really important point across to everybody when it comes to how to approach your business in a way that you never run out of people to invite. And I think that's what happens for a lot of coaches who start out gangbusters. A lot of coaches will come into the business and they embrace the system and they start inviting people from their circle of influence, and they'll hit Success Club and they'll start seeing some income, and it gets very exciting. But then all of a sudden, it's kind of like the funnel runs dry and you don't know where to turn. You're thinking to yourself, well, gosh, I've already invited all my friends, my coworkers, my family, my distant relatives, the people I went to high school with, and everybody else that you can think of, that you've got to take your business now to a level where you're attracting people that you don't even know, that you haven't even met yet. And that is done through social media, effectively using Facebook and social media to bring yourself to the world in a way that people are going to be attracted to you. They're going to want to perhaps follow you, and they're going to perhaps want to respond to the invitations that you give to them to be part of your challenge groups moving forward. So that's what we'll dive into after I show you this brief video clip. So first, just have a look at this. Let me go to a screen share. Unfortunately, I did not get a chance to see the full webinar that Tony Robbins gave this past Saturday. And if anybody did, I'd love to hear your feedback on it. And I'm wondering if there's a recording of it that we can get our hands on, because I'm really bummed that I miss it. But let me show you a clip from this interview. Hold on. Okay. Here we go.
You've been around a long time. You've seen a lot of different things. What are your thoughts about network marketing in general? And what is your thoughts about the decision that people can make to become entrepreneurs using it?
What's interesting, I'm doing this program right now, and I got a room, of a couple thousand people from 44 countries. They're all business owners. Some of them are businesses that are approaching $1 billion. Some of them haven't even started yet, right? They're just picking their business. So it's really variety. And one of my goals in that event is to actually get people to not go in business. And the reason it sounds horrible is someone spends $10,000 to come to an event, and I told them up front, some of you are not made for this, because to run a business requires a certain natural capacity, a nature, if you would, besides skills that you learn. And it's the ability to handle risk. It's the ability to handle stress. It's the ability to do a lot of different things. And you have to be able to manage finance. So most people, they have some of those skills. And that's why every year, 50% of businesses that start are out of business. You look at over any 5-year period of time, 80% are out of business. And over a 10-year period of time, only 4% make it. Now, make it, Eric, doesn't mean that they're making any money. Right? That just means they're still standing. 96% fail, and after 10 years, you're set, right? No. Look at Lehman Brothers, right? Around for a century. They did combined $1 trillion in revenue over that century, and they're gone. So the world, technology changes, products and services changes. It's so competitive. So to really be successful, it's a really unique situation. What's beautiful about network marketing is you get all the benefits of being an owner, but you don't have to be worried about supply chain. You have to be worried about accounting, especially in the world we're in today. Network marketing used to be a little bit more different, but today with technology, you can know what's happening in real time. The companies have already set up the software. They know what happens. So it's really picking the right company, and there's a lot of great companies in that area. And it's really realizing that you're really a value creator. If you can go out and add value to other people's lives, if you can just introduce people to a product or a service that a company represents that truly is extraordinary, some products and services can't just be thrown up on Amazon. They need the story to be told. And if you found a product or service of that nature, and you got a company that has a generous schedule of being able to reward you, and then you begin to get leverage where it's not just you, where you multiply your efforts to other people, then you get all the benefits of being a business owner without all the headaches and without the same level of risk.
I found that, I had goosebumps when I heard Tony Robbins say that, because he's basically describing, without him saying Beachbody, and he's not specifically thinking about Beachbody during this interview, but what he describes as being the perfect company to be involved with when it comes to network marketing. I can't think of a company more powerful than Beachbody that fits that description. And I actually want to back it up again. I wrote it down from the point of 250 in this interview. I was like, wow. When he talks about the fact that some products cannot just be thrown up on Amazon. Some products have a story to be told. And that's the world of Beachbody coaching. It's this concept of telling a story of what these products have done for you or for perhaps people you know. And that's where you've got to get creative, as we'll talk about in a minute. You're going to get creative on how to tell that story in a way that you start attracting people who are going to connect with you. They're going to connect with you and what your story is and what you've overcome in your life and how and why you've introduced these products into your world and what they've done for you. But let's listen to that again.
Of being an owner,
listen to this.
You don't have to be worried about supply chain. You have to be worried about accounting, especially in the world we're in today. Network marketing used to be a little bit more different, but today with technology, you can know what's happening in real time. The companies have already set up the software. They know what happens. So it's really picking the right company. And there's a lot of great companies in that area. And it's really realizing that you're really a value creator. If you can go out and add value to other people's lives, if you can just introduce people to a product or a service that a company represents that truly is extraordinary, some products and services can't just be thrown up on Amazon. They need the story to be told. And if you found a product...
There you have it, guys. They need the story to be told. And that's what the successful coaches are doing to really build lucrative businesses. It's going above and beyond your immediate circle of influence to go to a level of attracting people that don't even know you because of a story that can be told. So let's go to this concept now, and I'm going to try to talk through it. But more importantly than my talking through it, keep in mind that you have an abundance of resources online from successful coaches. Again, I go back to Google because it's that effective. If you go and Google how to share your story, Beachbody Coach, there will be a whole list of videos that pop up from a number of different coaches in the network, because this is becoming call it the next wave, if you will, of popular things that coaches are doing to build their businesses. So you're just going to Google that term, how to tell your story, Team Beachbody Coach, or how to share your story, Beachbody Coach, and watch the videos that are on there. And I'm going to share with you first a bullet point list of things to just think about when it comes to who you are as a person. Like right now, I know a lot of you who are coaches are, and I've visited many of your Facebook pages. And what I've done is I've visited your Facebook pages, not everybody, but just here and there. I've gone to different Facebook pages and I've just kind of browsed around. And for many of you, I wouldn't even know you're a Beachbody coach. You know, so if like you're really thinking you're going to go all in this business, well, what do you have on your, at least your Facebook page, that reflects something having to do with health, wellness, fitness, transformation, or a story that has resonated from your life? And so just to give you some examples, in your own life, okay, I'm just going to go down this list, and I want you to think about the journey that you've had thus far in your life and the things that perhaps you've overcome, or maybe the things that you're trying to overcome right now that are your dark hidden secrets that you don't want the world to know. The coaches that come out with those dark hidden secrets, or the things that maybe they're not proud of, are what makes you transparent. It's what makes you real. You know, they're not interested in, people aren't interested in the fact that you've got a great body and you can sell them the product that got you that great body. You know, yeah, maybe few and far between, but for a lot of people, that's not real. They're not going to look at that perfect body you have and say, oh, I can get there. A lot of them can't get there. So start thinking about things like this. Have you ever overcome, or are you currently trying to overcome some type of disease or chronic illness? Have you battled disease? Have you had cancer? Do you have thyroid issues? Are you diabetic? Are you taking medication for blood pressure or cholesterol? Do you suffer, or have you suffered from anxiety or depression? And what have you done to overcome that? How have the Beachbody products helped you in that arena, if that's you? Do you have a history of alcoholism or an addiction of some sort, where you really went to that bad point in your life that you're not proud of, but then you made a turn? You know, and so if you were sitting there in front of 10,000 people and you had to tell this story, that's the stuff that's going to get people to go, this person's real and I can relate to them because I'm in the same boat. And there's a lot of people out there that are in the same boat as whatever your story might be. Do you have an eating disorder? Or have you had an eating disorder in the past? Are you overweight or obese? Are you not proud of the fact that you are pretty overweight and you're trying to make a change? Poor health, medications, a bad lifestyle that led you astray. Do you have a marriage or a relationship that has really gone bad for whatever reason? You know, this is the stuff that people don't like to talk about. And as I go down this list of real negative stuff, some of it you can go, yeah, it's me. So then the question becomes, well, how has becoming a coach or using these products, the Shakeology, the nutrition plans, and the exercise programs, how have they made a difference in your life? And forget about the fact that you lost 5 inches off your waist and you lost 10 pounds. That's all well and good, and some people are going to connect to that. But what about the deeper stuff? What has it done for your mental health, your energy, how you're feeling? The stuff that people can relate to say, God, you know, I need something like that to get me through what I'm going through right now. So I'm just trying to share these thoughts and these concepts because when you tell your story from the deepest, darkest parts of your life and how the use of any of these programs or products has gotten you to a better place, and maybe you create a separate Facebook page for that, for telling your story, that's what you would consider your like page. You know, your like page is a page that people can like and they can follow you. They're interested in your story. They're interested in who you are at this point in your life because of what you're trying to share with them. That is more powerful than, and I'm not saying it doesn't work, but the concept of a general health and fitness discussion group, that's all well and good too. But if it's just on the surface, like if you're just sharing surface stuff about, hey, here's an exercise program that's going to help you lose weight, you know, and I'm going to share other nutrition programs that are going to help you get healthy. People can get that stuff everywhere. And there's there's thousands of those pages out there now that people can like and follow. So the more personal you can get with that, wanting to share helpful knowledge and information to truly help people in whatever they're dealing with, the deeper you can get based on your own story, the more likely people are going to want to like it and follow you. And you can actually market the page in a way that you're targeting those specific groups with whom you're going to resonate. And you know, I'm going to show you an example of this, and just to give you a little background. I know many of you on Team Euphoria know this about my wife Tammy. My wife Tammy became a Beachbody coach shortly after I did, only because I said, you got to sign up. Like, I just thought that, okay, this is going to become something and you got to sign up. So I'm glad she did. She's near the top of my strong leg, and I've helped her build her weak leg, and you know, she's got a nice income coming in, but she doesn't work her business at all. She's a diamond coach. She hasn't had time to work her business because she's working for a hedge fund in New York City. So she's a busy mom. She's commuting 2 hours each way. And it's a challenge for her. You know, she wants to be in this business. So what she's done in the past several months is she's built the foundation for what's going to become her business, hopefully, within the next 6 to 12 months. Our goal is to get Tammy out of the financial world of New York, and she can get a part-time job, working close to home, and really work on her Beachbody business. And the thing that's going to enable her to do that is this page that she created. And the page that Tammy created stems from her background of having hypothyroidism and autoimmunity. And these are things that she's lived with for, 9 years, 10 years now. She's been taking Synthroid for her hypothyroidism, and she never thought anything of it because her family, her mom's got it, her aunts have it. So she said, this is my heritage. I have to deal with hypothyroidism. But it really took a toll on her. She and I went through a rough patch shortly after we were married, because of a number of things, and this is us telling our story, and it's hard sometimes, but the reality is we were dealing with a lot of shit, and Tammy was dealing with a lot of shit, and it largely had to do with the fact that she was dealing with this hypothyroidism and autoimmunity, which she didn't know. She's got an autoimmunity condition called Hashimoto's. And when she told me that, I was like, what the hell are you talking about? But she happened to go see a specialist in New York City, give a free seminar, and this guy has changed our life. She came back and she said, oh my God, this guy is going to completely transform my energy, the way I'm feeling, so on and so forth. And so she went on this 5-month nutrition pathway, having nothing to do with Beachbody. She was exercising using Beachbody programs, but it was this intense nutrition that she was following. So at the beginning of her journey, she said, you know what? There's probably so many people out there that are dealing with what I'm dealing with, and they don't know where to turn. So I'm going to create a page, and I'm going to share my story, and I'm going to offer help for anybody that's in this position to learn what I'm learning. And anything that I can share with them, I'm going to do it on a daily basis. So for the past 7 months, Tammy has not missed a day where she doesn't have a post a helpful post go on her page. Again, having nothing to do with Beachbody. I want to show it to you. It's called Willpower. That's the name of her page, Willpower. And I'm showing this to you because I think it's a huge example of what so many of you can be doing based on whatever your story might be. So let me just share this again. Hold on. So this is Tam's page. And she created this banner. This was back on February 4th that it was created. One mom's quest to share her journey and help people with symptoms associated with hypothyroidism and autoimmunity. And what she did is she boosted her page. When I say boost, you can actually pay Facebook to put this page into the news feed of people that are dealing with issues relating to this. So you actually can specify the target groups that you want to see have this page pop up on their Facebook feed. And so because she's been doing that month in and month out, she now has, it's up to about 10,500 followers. So she has 10,500 people who she does not know for the most part. She's got some that she knows, but for the most part, she doesn't know any of them. But every day, she will put up a post that is helpful in terms of, a great article dealing with these issues and conditions. She's sharing the willpower that it's taken her to follow this nutrition strategy and get to this better place in her life. She's sharing her blood tests that are showing the drop in her antibodies and all the wonderful things that are happening for her now because she's stuck to this. And now what's happening is she's building trust and rapport with so many of the people who are messaging her privately, saying, you inspire me, help me, I want help, what can I do? And we all know that it's the power of exercise and nutrition. And I'm not saying Beachbody is the end-all, be-all, but certainly those tools, those products fit well into the equation of what people need to get to a better place in their life. And so, I could just go on here for pages and pages and pages. It's just one great thing after another that's helping people. So I use that, guys, as an example of how and why you would want to create a separate Facebook page, call it a like page, than your own personal page. And that's not to say you can't do this stuff on your personal page, but after a while, for the people that are just your general friends, if you're just constantly inundating them with these specific things, it can be a bit much. So create that separate chapter of who you are. And then once you create that page, whatever your theme's going to be, make it so that you relate and connect to it. But then you're going to invite all of your existing friends on Facebook to like it. So immediately you've got an instant audience of people that have liked it. But then you can think about paying Facebook, make that bit of investment. You choose how much you want to invest. It doesn't have to be a lot to acquire 5 or 10 more likes per day. And what happens is you start getting people who you don't even know liking your page. And those are the people that become a continual stream of future invitations. And those are the people that, and if you looked at Caleb Thomas's video on, how he's inviting people, he's going to their Facebook pages, he's exploring them, he's looking at their pictures, he's trying to find something that he can connect with on a personal level. And that's how he's opening up his invitations. So in the instance of Tammy, she has the ability, and she's going to start, working this hopefully sometime in the near future when she can put the time in and eventually leave that financial world. But she's going to be, reaching out saying, hey Deb, thanks so much for liking my willpower page. It's great to have you on there. I've had quite a journey these past 6 months, and I'm amazed with how I'm feeling. Would love to offer you more help. Tell me a bit more about yourself. Now, the fact that Tammy is going to individually reach out to those people like that, and they know her from her page, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, this woman's reaching out to me individually. And so you have that constant stream of people to invite to your support and challenge groups. You can do the same thing, guys. So the well never runs dry. And that's why this business is so powerful in this day and age, because of Facebook and social media. Everybody's on it. Millions and millions and millions of people are on it. And they're looking for those topics and people that they can connect and relate to. So you have to brand yourself. Who are you that makes you unique above and beyond just being a health and fitness coach? There's a lot of health and fitness coaches out there. I'm not saying you can't be successful just being a health and fitness coach, but if you can get deeper into who you are and share something that's more profound about yourself, that's where you become transparent and people will relate and connect and want to follow you. Does that make sense? All right. The other thing about your story is, again, you want to share your journey so far, your mental journey from using these products, your physical journey. Are you taking pictures of yourself? I know it sounds corny, but every time you start a Beachbody program, or maybe you're in the middle of one now and you're still trying to get to that ultimate goal that you want to see in your body, I hope you're taking pictures along the way. And I hope you are standing there in front of a mirror taking a selfie. Because if you can come out and show your transformation, holy cow, people look at you and go, wow, what are you doing? That's more powerful than somebody who's mega fit. Somebody that's been healthy and fit all their lives. They've exercised, everybody knows them for it, and they've always just been fit and they've got a great body. That person putting pictures up of themselves is not nearly as impressive as somebody who's undergone a transformation, no matter what degree of transformation it might be. So I know it can get uncomfortable doing that kind of thing, but that makes you real. It makes you the type of person that, wow, look at this person. They're sharing what they looked like when they weren't too proud of the way they looked. And then they're sharing what they look and feel like now as a result of whatever it is you're doing. People will take interest when you do that kind of thing. So share your journey. I'm just looking at my notes here. I just want to make sure I don't miss anything. When you're running challenge groups, and I know many of you are, share the success stories of your challenge group participants. I mean, you're their coach. So who better than your clients to give you testimonial on what your coaching has done for them? So there's a feed, there's a post that you could use. You reach out to a challenge group participant who's gotten great results, and you say, hey, you know what, Kim? I am so proud and happy of what you've achieved in my group. I would love to share your story. Would you be okay with that? In addition to, plus, I think you'd be phenomenal as a coach. Look what you've achieved. People are going to be attracted to you. They're going to be inspired by you. And I can show you how to run a challenge group the way I did this one. You should become a coach. So you've got that part of it, and you've got, what else, Kim? I would love to share your success story, if you don't mind, as one of my clients, because I think it'll really inspire other people to get healthy and fit. Could we do that? It's just start getting people fit and healthy, and then your business is, you get all the tools you need to share and acquire more customers. I actually don't have much more than that tonight, guys. And what I wanted to do was have time for any open dialogue, or I know we have some of our star diamonds on here, or any other coaches that maybe want to share some things that you've been doing that are successful. It doesn't all have to come from me. And so I'd love it if anybody wants to raise their hand and just share some more, or maybe ask a question that you're stuck, and let people chime in. So here, Shannon, fantastic. So go ahead.
Hey, hi guys. Hey, I want to share with you. I was just starting to together for our team page before the call. I had a great one-on-one with one of my coaches today at about 6:15, just about an hour or so, an hour and a half ago. She's very frustrated because she says there are people coming to her that want to lose all this weight and trying to help them. She's asking them about, are you logging your nutrition? Are you doing this and that? And she's getting very frustrated because they're not listening to her. And it's not because she doesn't care. It's because these are not her niche. So your niche people have to be your niche people, the people that you can really relate to and help. This girl can help people learn how to run faster, help people how to get stronger. And you're going to think, well, nobody needs help with that. Yeah, lots of people need help with that. A lot of people need help with maybe something mental, maybe so the whole point is that, we're here to help people not only just lose weight and get healthier, we're here for them to get completely healthier.
Well,
and even if that's gain or anything. You know who I think has, I have lots of stories about myself, about my life, lots of little stories that add up to big shit, right? I think if you guys are reading Kim Diamond's blog, I don't have anything else to say about it. I think she should talk. Kim Diamond, talk.
I was actually going to say something because since I just kind of came out of the closet and launched my blog, which is still in development, I have call to action elements I want to add and more images I need to add in there. But the storytelling has been really evocative. I've had a lot of response, and it has not fully cultivated yet into relationships where they are buying from me, but that's okay because I'm developing that trust and I'm helping them get through their day. And I mean, I've had people say to me even today, how much better their day was because they're in my challenge group and they have read my story and can relate. So, I mean, I've kind of made the decision when I launched that to promote it as best as I can. I want to put a little bit more money behind promoting it. And I also need to kind of better define my brand so that it's consistent across all social media. But I know I can't do everything at once, so I have to take it as it comes. But I am feeling very good about the blog and the tremendous response that I've received. And I hope that it does what I want it to do, which is to really find people who need help and to empower them to reach out to me and know that they can get through difficult times as I have.
And you know what? I love Kim's blog, and I love what she has gone through and conquered. But the woman that I was speaking, one of my coaches that I was speaking to again earlier today, we talked about finding her brand, her niche, her brand. And I told her also, you don't have to help everybody in every age group because you can't do that. So choosing an age group to go with her niche, and Kim doesn't have to do that with hers specifically, but I have to do that for people I'm helping normally, just because of who I want to, So Kim, tell them the name of your blog. I think everyone should go read it. It's
liquidkim.com, and right now I'm calling it Reinvent. I think I just want to call it Liquid Kim, frankly, and then just use some images to show that I'm not just about telling it straight. You know, this is condensed me, straight. You know, no editing. You know.
That's awesome, Kim. I'm intrigued. I can't wait. I know.
Go read it.
I wish I could tell you what it was. You know, this is a scary thing, and I can tell you the day before it went live, I was like, ah. But
yeah.
I'm a salesperson by trade, and I've been selling different, you know, exhibit space and sponsorships for almost 10 years. So I don't really have a lot of emotional connection to like a sales transaction, for example. So for me, this actually felt very like much of a release. Like I called it kind of coming out of the closet. You know, I don't have to hide the fact that, yeah, I was abused and molested and, you know, any of those things that I've been through in my life, or, you know, survived anxiety, whatever.
Yep.
You know, there's so many people that are going through these things. I think that part of me is just so passionate about it that I don't really care what anybody thinks. You know, I feel this voice needs to be heard, and if somebody's out there that needs to hear it, that's the person I want to find.
Yes.
I'll tell you what, Kim, you're awesome. That's just incredible. Seriously.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for being so open. I mean, that's the real stuff.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to go there, most coaches probably don't. But that is the stuff that is going to get people to want to follow you and you know, get to know you.
Yeah.
And I like the point Kim just also made there was, you know, it's not, you never feel like your ultimate goal is a sales transaction with a Beachbody product. Like, that's not the ultimate goal here. These products are nothing more than tools to better every aspect of somebody's life and to help them overcome the shit that they might have been dealing with.
Yeah.
That's what challenge groups do. And exercise and healthy nutrition. Exercise, healthy nutrition, and support, peer support, and motivation is what helps people deal with their baggage in life. So what's your baggage? Put it on the table and say, here's my baggage. And by being part of this wonderful organization and using these programs, I feel better than I have felt in years. That's what's so awesome about what we offer people, guys. We're not selling water filters. You know what I mean? Like, we're selling something that is needed by every person on the planet. And if they're not doing it on their own already in a gym or running every day or doing something that requires a lot of self-discipline, the power of what a Beachbody coach can bring to somebody if they're doing their challenge groups properly is profound. It's really, really amazing that this paradigm has come around, because the health club industry never could figure it out on its own. And it's kind of disappointing. I'm a gym owner that's my primary career. But just seeing how people that are in these challenge groups with coaches that know how to keep the energy going, people love doing these workouts and drinking their Shakeology, and it's changing every aspect of their life and helping them overcome the shit in their lives. And that stuff is all that stuff that I bulleted earlier. So if any of that's resonating with you and helping you overcome whatever it is you're trying to overcome, you got to share that. Not just talk about the fact that size is on sale this month and there's a challenge pack on a dance program. You'll get a couple customers here and there, but if you want to get deep with your business and really attract followers, that's where you go. So thanks a million, Kim, for sharing that. And Shannon, man, it's huge.
Can I tell one more story?
Yeah.
All right. If we have time, if you guys don't mind. This happened today. So I want to tell you the power of being able to help people, because you guys are all able to help somebody. So I have this couple that they're 9 years old, and they started coming to my body pump class in the mornings for about the last 2 weeks. And the wife is doing well, you know, she can follow everything I'm telling her. The husband had no clue what was his, he had no clue how to put it. If I said he didn't get it. So my first thought was, did he have a stroke? And he's trying to recover from the stroke. They kept coming, and today, finally, I talked to them after class. This is over 2 weeks. The husband has been diagnosed with brain failure. So that's like organ. That's an organ. However, I just happen to have some knowledge and some education, and a friend that works this every day called the Brain Gym. This is very small motor skills that we did when we were kids, like patty cake and say your name as you patty cake. That's wiring our brains. All right. So my first thought to these people was let's work on rewiring this brain, because his brain is dead on the left side. So he doesn't get cognitive stuff. He doesn't understand numbers anymore. He used to run his own business. He doesn't understand direction. I think he's sort of living, instead of all the planes of his body, I think he's living sort of two-dimensionally. So what we're going to meet on, they took some Shakeology home, and I think that's going to be huge for this guy. Huge. They're going to Mayo Clinic next week for their second appointment, and we're going to work on Thursday with gym stuff, and I'm going to see what he can do and what he can't do as far as the simplest motor skills in the world, like clapping your hands and saying your name at the same time, like spelling B-I-L-L. So I think I'm really thrilled that they wanted to see what Shakeology can do for him. That's my story for today. I'm just so emotional about it.
It's really cool, Shan. That's really wild. Wow.
It's wild.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. And I mean, you've always been so good at your business because you're driven by that. The thing that drives you is you're just trying to help people. You're never trying to sell anybody anything. You're just constantly trying to help people with whatever they have going on in their life. And that's what makes you successful. So
Yeah.
The last point that I wanted to make is also share, people will follow you if you have something that you strongly believe in, something that you're really passionate about and that you really believe wholeheartedly in. And that's kind of what's happening in my personal business with Beachbody. Like, I don't have like a dramatic transformation that I underwent. I grew up in health and fitness and in the gym world, but my belief is how this business is so suited to every fitness professional on the planet.
Yes.
That's my belief. And I am hell-bent on getting that message out there in a way that will resonate with fitness professionals, to help them understand the value of these programs that they can bring to their clients, so that the help that people get as members and clients in the gyms can go above and beyond just what the gym offers in its four walls. To me, I'm a strong believer that the ultimate wellness package for people, the ultimate wellness package includes perhaps the social environment of a gym at times, or perhaps not, but I do believe, in strong community-based environments, but also having solutions that can be utilized at home. When you have that combination of both worlds, people are going to lead more healthy, active, fit lifestyles. And the more that these fitness professionals can get on board with that message and share these programs in a way that doesn't jeopardize their business in the gym, okay, it's actually going to expand their influence for helping more people, getting better results, and increasing their income and building the dreams that they want to achieve in their profession that they just can't do without something like Team Beachbody. So that's the direction I'm going, and I believe so strongly in it that I'm investing in a website. I'm investing in a professional presentation that people can view who are already part of the fitness industry, and that's going to be a tool that all the coaches who are part of Team Euphoria will be able to send instructors and trainers and anybody you might come upon in the industry that's saying, hey, what's this coaching about? Go check out this website. It'll give them messages and information in a way that they go, wow, you know what? I didn't know that about this. How do I sign up? And you can sponsor them as your coaches. So that's what I've been working on for a long time. So if you have a belief that you're really passionate about, that's another thing you can put out there through a Facebook page that you create or a website. And that's, my stuff's going to be coming out in September. I tried a number of different things with my business. I could never really just get it right. I was trying too many different things. I'm thrilled. I'm so happy. But I think if I had dialed in my focus earlier, it would be beyond where we are now. But that's what I'm hoping for the future. So anything else that you guys want to share? Does anybody have any questions? You know, because this will be the final hangout. The training tips and education posts will go through Sunday. Laura, fantastic. Hey, Laura, go ahead. How are you? Oh, you froze. Wait.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
There we go.
There you go.
You know, I mean, I'm listening to all this and I took some good notes. My struggle, and I'm sure there's a lot of people I would think that are like me, I don't really have much going on. I have a very mundane, boring life where I'm a working mom. I mean, you can find things, I think is what I'm taking away from this. You can find stuff out of the mundane.
Yes.
So I don't have cancer. I didn't get sick. I'm not obese, you know, but it's like there's something that you can relate to other people. It's just, I've been talking to Shannon about it, like trying to find that niche. Hard, but you can do it.
Well, Laura, I mean, what I know about you, you are very fit. You're a mom, you know, and that there's a massive audience out there for healthy, you know, mothers trying to lose baby weight, or, you know, that whole story has been told by quite a few coaches, and they're very successful at it.
Laura, tell them what you're going to do.
Which part? Oh, my Periscope?
Tell them what you're going to be. The mom that doesn't have.
No apologies. Unapologetic working mom. That's
there you go.
Thing.
That's her thing.
Unapologetic working mom. It took a while. And the thing with the Beachbody and the focus on the fitness, I had nobody to go from being the mom who was a little overweight to exercising, like drawing the connection and making people see that that's something that I'm really doing, that I can, that it's not my full-time job, but people now kind of are starting to think that it is my full-time job. You know, it's a process. It doesn't just happen overnight, and you have to stay focused on it and stay consistent and, you know, find that niche. So I am an unapologetic working mom. I am not a stay-at-home mom. I will never be a stay-at-home mom. And there are a lot of people out there that are just like me.
Absolutely.
It took a long time to get there.
And Laura, you have been, like, I mean, all the time I'm seeing your posts, your self videos with size, and like you are posting consistently day in and day out. So even if people don't like your post, they're seeing it.
Right.
They're seeing it, and eventually, like you said, it's a process where eventually they go, God, you know, I need to do something, and I know Laura is really involved with that Beachbody thing. I'm going to reach out to her. That's what happens.
I'll tell you, it works. I have a surgeon friend who's menopausal at age 30, no kids, overweight. She's a surgeon, and she reached out to me 2 days ago, and she said, I've been watching you, and I've been watching your videos, and you're so inspirational, and I need help because I need my clients to trust that I, as a health professional, am healthy. You know?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, it is. And you know what else, too? When you share consistently, you're sharing how you feel after a workout. Like, share how you're feeling mentally, energy-wise, like the deeper stuff, you know, versus, oh, I had a great sweat today with 90X. It's like, okay, big deal. How is it making you feel inwardly on a deeper level? That's the stuff that people are going to go, oh, man, that's pretty cool. I'd like to feel that. So you're just sharing day in and day out. Did you work out? This is how I feel. Hey, boy, I took my weight today. I'm down 10 pounds from a month ago. It's just these little snippets that are constantly going out into your news feed. Eventually, it resonates with them. So when you start doing your challenge groups and inviting people are in. It's great to see the participation. Amy
Ascani has something. Yeah.
Yeah. How do I find her? Where is she?
I think she's over here on my screen, but I think you have to unmute her because she's driving.
Okay. But if she's driving, is it her phone? Oh, Amy Ascani. There she is.
Yeah. see her? Amy's coming.
Yeah.
It's not an emergency. I'm just on a conference call.
Amy?
So,
Best thing to do is get off the freeway. Okay.
Oh, she got stopped.
well, I know up ahead,
All right.
I don't have reception. It drops out. That's why I stopped here. But I understand all.
Oh, no. I muted her. Let's see if she gets out of it. Hold on.
Yes, sir. All right. Thank you.
Did you get out of it? The good news is
Okay.
there's no
All right. Am I off mute?
Yes.
Yeah, oh yeah, we heard the whole thing.
Okay, so I pulled over to talk because I'm gonna go further up the hill here. I have no reception; it cuts out, and I wanted to say something, so I'm pulled over, and this highway patrolman pulls up behind me, gets out to talk to me. Apparently, I'm not allowed to stop on the side of the freeway unless it's an emergency, but he's gonna let me talk on my thing, and then I have to move my car. So
Okay, gotta go quick.
God, you're
and
trying
I'm
to be
sitting here like,
safe.
what did I do? Sorry, Mr. Officer. All right, so I guess I'll just be real quick. It's just been something I wanted to share with everybody because I'm still petrified to share it, and it's just been something I've been thinking about for the last 2 weeks, and it's really been personal growth that I don't think I would have ever gotten to if it hadn't been for Beachbody. And I still struggle with my business. I struggle with telling my story. I struggle with confidence issues. I don't know if there's probably a whole ton of people on here who have no idea who I am. So I've been a coach now for a year, and I was born with a birth defect. I only can see out of one eye. I am blind out of this eye, and I wear a prosthetic over it so that I look normal to people. When I was a kid, it was for bone growth purposes because your brain doesn't allow your body to develop for things that don't work, right? So my brain never doesn't recognize my eye. So my entire left side of my face would not develop if it hadn't been for the prosthetics I had to wear. But now that I'm adult, it's purely cosmetic, right? So it's the thing that's dawned on me, the part of my story I'm struggling and figuring out and petrified to tell is how growing up like that has built up walls where I shut off emotional attachment to things completely. And it's something that's really dawned on me. It's almost ended my marriage. It's something that I've struggled with, without even realizing it. And I've been realizing it the last few weeks. So, I mean, everyone has something that they might be struggling with. Even if you don't think it's that important to you, to me, I would never share anything about my eye. I wouldn't tell people. I was even petrified to tell my husband when I first started dating him. And here I am on social media talking about it. Here I am on this conference call talking about it. And I'm still, I got jitters, flurry heart here. I'm trying to talk slowly for everyone because I start talking about it in a minute. But, sometimes you might not realize what your story is until you start thinking about it and diving into it. And then it's that struggle of how to tell it so it's relatable to people, because I know this is something that's relatable to people. And how it's dawned on me to relate to people is the struggle I have with the walls I've built up and having no emotional attachment to things.
Wow.
And learning how to change that, mentally with my brain. So Summit was a huge experience for me, learning from so many people, and it kind of helped break down some of my walls. But there's still some of them there, blocking me from acting certain ways, thinking certain things, especially self-confidence issues with myself. I've never really felt I was, good at anything or could help people or could make a difference at all. And Beachbody's brought me to that point where I can and I will. I just have to figure out how to do it.
Amy.
So that's what I wanted to share.
And that is so appreciated. I mean, first of all, I'm humbled by your openness and your honesty. It's incredible. So kudos to you for sharing. Seriously.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And you know what?
It's just figuring out how to share it with people, without rambling on and on and on in a video for, 5 minutes and losing people's interest, I
understand what you're saying. I do understand what you're saying. And I think in some instances the story is so big. I don't know the answer, but I do know that you've got something real powerful to bring to the world. You know what I mean? And it's that type of stuff that people are going to connect with you and be so thankful. You know, that's what it is. It's you're putting yourself out there, and the best way to do it and tell that story, I'm not sure either. And I think it's worth really taking the time to seriously understand how to do it the best way possible. And one of the things that you might want to go on and research, because I was so blown away by this guy when I saw him speak and tell his story. And he now does a 3-day intensive where you fly out to California, and I'm not saying go do this right now. Actually, if you did, you're probably blown away with where it would take you. But Bo Eason literally does training on how to tell your story. And the coaches who have gone through his training, some of them are the coaches who spoke at Summit. And I don't know if you guys noticed it at Summit, you know, Lindsay Matway and some of the other big ones, all told their story. Christine Dwyer, they told their story in a way that you were like, oh my God, I didn't know that about them. And it just made them real. It made them feel real. Well, they've been through that type of schooling. They've gone through these intensive education workshops where you are trained how to get up in front of people and tell your story in a way that they're going to connect with you. So you can Google, too, Bo Eason, how to tell your story. Just watch some of his videos and what he has to say. But if you start Googling and researching through videos on the best way to frame your business moving forward and how you're going to do this, that, to me, would be the first place to start. I don't know if anyone else has anything they want to add, but I think you got so much to bring to the world.
I had one thing I just wanted to tell you, Amy. From my perspective, it's okay that you don't know, right now how you want to tell your story. Doing it, you can feel terrified inside, and you can act. You can still do it. And that seems like what you're doing. So I just want to applaud you because I really understand from my own experience in a different, way. But it's okay that you don't know. You're still doing it, so that's wonderful.
Yeah, it's still part of the journey. It's all part of the journey. So.
Well, like Kim, we applaud you, Amy.
Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome. It's going to be exciting to see where this takes you.
Yeah, I just have to, get out of my own head and get out there because I'm just so, I put up walls about not ever sharing this about myself to anybody, just because of my experiences growing up and how people treated me because of it. I always put up walls and told myself that I didn't care what people thought. Nothing anyone said ever affected me, and it does affect you, but it's how you deal with it. It's how you view it. It's how you change it and make it, make it your own, make it different. So,
Amy, has the daily exercise and a turn towards healthy nutrition, is that helping you mentally in this journey?
Yeah, it's helping me mentally deal with stress. It's helping me mentally deal with being able to share myself and be more outgoing and outward towards people.
That word stress is something that a lot of people have. You're talking about a story that you've been dealing with a lot of stress for most of your life. And, here you are trying to share with people how to overcome stress and the stresses that they might be dealing with. The concept of stress comes in many different ways, but stress is stress, and everybody feels it to some degree. But the fact that you come from that place of really intense stress, that's something that people can relate to and connect with in a way. They go, well, how have you dealt with it? That I'm just sharing ideas. There's so many ways you can take it.
Well, it used to be food. That's how I used to deal with it. That's how I still struggle dealing with it.
Food.
So, food.
Yep.
And eating food for comfort, which, I mean, it's a huge thing for a lot of people.
Yeah, it is.
Whatever their struggle is, they turn to food because it can be comforting.
Yep.
So it's just figuring out, how to get out of my own head to figure out how to share and talk about it in such a way that it's meaningful to other people.
Yep. It's, again, I applaud you, and I welcome the opportunity to help you get creative with it. I think there's so many different things to consider. It's awesome.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe a vlog or something
where
I can
that's what Kim
do, like
Kim's
a journal.
doing. That's what Kim's doing. She's got a blog happening, and people are really thankful for what she's sharing.
I mean, my first thought of what I want to hear about your story is not more, you've shared already, but it's striking to me that, you lived as a child with not having a choice, but being different. And I mean, a lot of people can relate to that. So many people can relate to that.
Yeah, and there was also a period of about 4 years when I was a child where I didn't want to wear my prosthetic. So I didn't. So it was, no hiding it, right? I would start to wear my hair over my face. That's why I still part my hair to the side like this, even though I don't need to anymore. It's still ingrained in my mind to hide my face. So, I mean, I went through a period where I didn't hide it, and I just dealt with it. And, I had a hard time growing up letting people in because I was afraid they would hurt me, because people would make fun of me and, be mean to me. And I had a very small group of friends, and I still only have a small group of friends, which I'm trying to let people in. And that's one of the things Beachbody's really helped me with, is the sense of community.
Yeah.
How it's non-judgmental and everyone just wants to help you no matter what your problem is, what you're dealing with, what you're going through.
Yeah.
So it feels, kind of like home kind of a thing, where I can be myself. And I hope, everyone else can feel the same way, where they can be themselves, in Beachbody, in their groups, in their communities, in their challenge groups, all that kind of stuff. So
excellent, Amy. Thanks so much.
So sorry that was longer than I thought it would be. I hope I'm not going to get another cop coming up behind me at some point.
No.
I'm on like a major freeway.
You didn't get a ticket. That's the good thing.
No, I didn't get a ticket. No, he came up after I was already waiting to talk.
Thank you so much again.
Yeah, and Kim, also, I'll have to check out your blog. I think I need to look at your blog and maybe get some insight from you and help from you too.
Absolutely. I'm here for you.
Thank you. And I'm here also for anyone, whoever needs to talk about anything too. If anyone's ever dealing with similar issues, I can relate.
Awesome, Amy. Thanks so much.
Yeah, and thank you, Don. Thanks everyone also for the comments. I didn't get to read them all, but I saw some of them pop up on the screen, so.
Well, don't read them now. Drive safe.
I know. I gotta go pick up my daughter now. So.
All right. Thanks, Deb. Did you? I know you waved your hand earlier, Deb. Here, hold on. Hey, Deb, I just unmuted you.
Yeah, I don't know if I can follow that.
That's all. Yeah.
I guess what I was gonna say is that if you're still struggling trying to find what your niche is or what your story is, I know I'm challenged with that myself. Don't let that stop you or prevent you from still helping people.
Yeah.
And I got a really huge wake-up call today with that. Shannon knows who I'm talking about, and Laura does too, but a woman in one of our challenge groups, she posted a comment about how for the first time she put weight on her new prosthetic knee during one of the workouts. And that just, everyone was like, whoa, like that's significant and pretty, I was like, girl, when I see you tomorrow, I'm giving you a big hug. And she's a temp at my office. And when she came in today, I gave her a big hug, and we probably had a 10, 15-minute conversation where she held on to me so tight. This is a woman in her 60s. that said my whole life, and she starts like welling up, and it was this like a really emotional moment where she was like, I've never been able to commit to anything, and with the 21-day fix, I feel like it's possible that I can do this, and I can see it through, and I see that it's a lifestyle change, it's not a quick fix, and I just couldn't stop hugging her. So I guess I just want to say, like, even if you can't find your niche and you don't know how to tell your story, don't let that stop you from still helping people and inviting people, because maybe through that you'll find your niche.
Without a doubt. Absolutely. You know, the invitation process doesn't have to take a time out because you're still trying to figure out your story. This is bigger stuff that is just to get you thinking about what direction you want to take your business, you know, and the niche that you might want to carve out for yourself. Doesn't mean you have to. And what Deb is saying is spot on. Inviting people to just help them get healthy and fit. Man, everybody needs it. Yeah. Thanks for saying that, Deb.
Sure.
Anything else, guys? That was intense. So once again, I just want to say thank you so much for the incredible participation and the energy and the comments and posts that everybody's putting into the Facebook group, the training group. Keep inviting, you know, consistently invite. That's how you're going to start earning income, helping people, and building a really awesome business for yourself. And if it's not working, don't give up. Take a step back and go, okay, what have I been doing? Because that's not working. Maybe I need to rephrase how my invitations are being worded. You know, and I did ask for people to put sample invitations on today, and it was a boatload that came on, and some really good ones. So look at the invitations that people are writing to get your own ideas. And the more we can have the coaches sharing in that thread their invitations, the more we can all learn from each other. All right? So thanks a million. Really appreciate your time. Everybody have a great night. And we'll see you at the end of this road on Sunday. Bye, guys. Good night. I'll put the recording up tomorrow.